Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Make America Civil Again. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's going to be really important in this next coming election, and that is healthcare. But before we begin, I always like to say, like, share, and subscribe. And why don't you head on over to YouTube if you're not on there right now and hit that subscription, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified that your favorite YouTuber has posted a new YouTube video. So as I said before, is that we're going to be doing an episode on healthcare. Now, one thing that you're going to hear a lot in the 2020 election is going to be about healthcare and how important healthcare is and how we need to be embracing healthcare. But here's the reality. No one denies the fact that we need to revamp the way we do healthcare here in the United States of America. I think everyone can agree on that. But anyways, here is something that you're going to hear a lot when it comes to a lot of the Democratic nominees. Now, the quote you just read was written by Kate Harvston, and notice what she said at the end there. She said that healthcare is a human right. Now, that's something you're going to hear a lot in the 2020 election, especially from Bernie Sanders. Now, Bernie Sanders talks about how healthcare is a human right a lot, and you get it a lot from the left. You hear Chuck Schumer say it. You hear a lot of the people in the Democratic Party saying that it is a human right. But before we could talk about whether or not healthcare is a human right, there's a question I think we need to answer. So, in my opinion, this is what I think a right is, and this is how I think it should be rightly interpreted in the structure of the United States of America. I think we need to go back to where we were founded in the foundation, and that's found in the Declaration of Independence. Now, in the Declaration of Independence, we see the word right, but we see it right next to some other really important words. It says that we've been endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights. And so when it says unalienable rights, what it's talking about is rights that have been given to us by God that are unalienable. So no matter where we go and what we're doing, we still have those rights. So if I'm in the Amazon or if I'm here in my home, I still have those same rights because they don't change no matter where I'm at. It doesn't matter where I am. I could be an astronaut in space and find out that the Earth isn't flat. But also, what I can discover is the fact that no matter where I am, either at space, Mars, Jupiter, or here in my own home, I still have those rights. And we see also that when they wrote the Constitution, they came up with the Bill of Rights. And within the Bill of Rights, they specifically tell us that there's certain things that the government can't. They give us negative words like they can't infringe or impede, but then they also say no a lot as well. So a lot of that stuff deals with the fact that the government can't do those things because we've been endowed by our Creator to have those certain unalienable rights. I think the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution really succinct well together, and if you're going to read one, you should definitely read the other. And so I would say that healthcare does not fall under that category as a God-given right or a right period, because if I'm in the middle of the Amazon, I'm not going to be able to have that necessary right. It doesn't necessarily make sense to say it's a right then. It's a necessity, I really need it, but it doesn't make it a right. I think those need to be distinguished when we're talking about what rights are and what's a necessity within a society. So hopefully I laid down a solid foundation on why I don't think healthcare is a human right. But one thing is that we also will hear a lot is single payer healthcare, and that's kind of what a lot of people say, because earlier in that quote, what's another thing that they say is the fact that a lot of developed countries have this type of healthcare. They have single payer healthcare while the United States doesn't. So, what is single payer healthcare? So, single payer healthcare can be broken down like this. The single payer of the healthcare is the government. The government essentially takes care of all your needs when it comes to healthcare. So if you ever go to the hospital, if you ever have a quick checkup, or you're not feeling very well, or maybe you broke something, or you come down with cancer, no matter what the problem is, the government will take care of it. They are the single payer. Now, they call it free healthcare, is what you hear some proponents of this ideology say. They'll say it's free healthcare for everyone. But free healthcare should be strictly down to the American people. So if you're not an American, you come here by means that aren't legal, you would not be able to fall under that system for a certain amount of time until they decide that you could fall under that system as well. But that's what the government can do, because now they have control of healthcare. That's the way it works. And you actually, as a taxpayer, have to pay for it. So even though it's free in the sense when you go to the hospital and you don't have to pay a dime, now there are some systems where you might have to pay a copay, but that's it. You'll never get anything in the mail saying you have to owe anything else. But as taxpayers, we are taxed by the government to take care of the other people who need medical assistance. So that's essentially what single-payer healthcare is. So, shall we in America embrace single-payer healthcare? And my opinion is no. I don't think that single-payer healthcare is the answer to all of our healthcare problems. Now, there are other countries who have embraced it, but there's a lot of factors that play into why it might work there where it doesn't work here. And one of those reasons, I think, is because America is very unhealthy. But I don't want to get too far into that debate because that's a different conversation. But the main reason why I don't embrace it is because I think it limits our individual liberty. And when I say individual liberty, that includes our right to our property. And what ends up happening in single payer healthcare systems is that we lose more and more money in tax revenue that needs to go to healthcare. That's a proven fact that as time goes on, more money needs to be given to the healthcare system, which actually hurts the American people in the long run. Now, I'm definitely all for taking care of others and taking care of the poor, but I think I reserve that right as a human being on whether or not if I want to do that or not. Now, I totally believe that you should, but I think you have the right to be a snob if you want to, right? And so that's what I hold to. And again, if you disagree with me, that's fine, but I would love to hear why you disagree. So if you live in the Las Vegas area and you see this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also, come on, talk to me about something you're passionate about. If it's not about this particular topic, it could be about a plethora of things. You can go on my YouTube channel and you can find conversations I have with people about racism, about socialism versus capitalism, about entrepreneurship was the video I did last week, or other plethora of topics. So go ahead and head over to my YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe, but don't forget, hit that notification bell so that you can be reminded every single Wednesday that your favorite YouTuber posted another video. So until next Wednesday, I'm out.